Bassheads, what's good? Welcome to 2025. If the little green men have not gotten us yet, there is no reason why you can't be playing bass in 2025. You sitting there, you probably got one for Christmas. If you didn't and you've been having it and sitting over in the corner collecting dust, let's play some music. I'm going to show you 5 beginner-friendly bass lines that everybody's going to know. You're going to get some, not only some joy and satisfaction out of playing these dope bass lines, but also you're going to get some foundational skills out of them. You ready? Let's go. Now, the first bass line that we're going to get into is Superstition by Stevie Wonder. And I know some of you experts are going to be like, there ain't really no bass line. But listen, this thing is foundational. We're dealing with the quarter note pulse, otherwise 4 on the floor. But it's a feel thing. It's got a little bit of a shuffle or whatever. Let me be quiet and just show it to you. Now, look, I know you might be playing a 4-string bass. If not, if you are, just go on and ignore this string. But if you're playing a 5-string, I'll show you what to do with that too. We're going to go to the 6th fret of the A string. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're going to play with the pinky, and I'll show you why in a second. Now, first things first, there's this quarter note pulse. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. You might think that's boring. We're going to spice that up in just a second. Now, you can play quarter notes like this. Listen to the difference. Now, sometimes that is perfectly appropriate. In this case, it is not. I'm going to go on and throw on the drum groove from the recording. Check it out. I'm going to play those little boring quarter notes I was playing a second ago and watch what happens. Nah, we don't want none of that. So you hear that hi-hat, tack, 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 got that swing to it. Now, check this out. Watch this finger right here. I'm lifting off pressure off that finger, off that fret rather. Now I'm going to do something with this hand right here. Let me do it real slow. I want you to watch this hand right here. Watch what I do. See that? It's almost like a gallop, right? Now, let's see how that sounds and feels. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. Now, I wouldn't do it all the time. Now, let's add some more spice to that. I'm going to give you something else. Look at this. Look at this. This is a funk ingredient. I'm going to go to what's called the minor third. There's E flat. That shape, that little shape right there is called a minor third. And then I'm going to do that, which is called a whole step down. Walk up, walk up. Let's do that again. 1, 2, 3. All right. Now, let's put that together. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 1, 2, and 3. See how that fit in with the drums? Listen, the quarter note pulse is important. Don't discount it. One of the things that I always say is that the mark of a good rhythm section is not how well they play something complicated. It's how well they play something as simple and groovy as Superstition. Let's get into the next tune. Side note, if you happen to be playing a 5-string, if you got that 5-string for Christmas, You can play that E flat right here. All right? If you want to get more in-depth lessons like this that go deeper and we get more into the theory behind these songs and go deeper into the parts and different sections of the song, meet me at grooveschool.co, grooveschool.co. It's linked below. For the next tune, we are going to The Temptations with Papa Was a Rolling Stone. Super easy. One of the most recognizable bass lines ever. If you play this, your family's going to know. Your friends are going to know. Everybody's going to start talking about Papa was a rolling stone. Everybody's going to do that because they're going to know it. You don't need a lot of notes to make a bass line feel good. You ready? Let's get in it. I'm actually not going to use a loop, a drum loop of any sort for this particular one. I just want you to see it real quick. You can play along with this day number 1. If this is your first day with a bass guitar, you can learn this and play it along with the recording. So I'm going to play A with my second finger, B flat with my pinky, D flat with my first finger, then I'm going to play A flat with my first finger, and then the B flat again with my pinky. Watch this. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2. You know what makes that bass line feel so good? Is because it has what Captain Kirk used to talk about all the time. Space. You can play this with a metronome or just groove with it. By yourself. Get your kids, your wife, your girlfriend, your boyfriend. Play this. Matter of fact, especially if you just got a bass for Christmas, here's the challenge. Especially if you're just now getting a bass, I want you to play this. And I want you to get somebody in your family with you to sing Papa Was a Rolling Stone. I want you to post it on Facebook, Instagram, or whatever. And I want you to tag me in the video. I want you to tag me in the video. My Instagram handle is @sonofabass. I want you to tag me in the video. So this next bass line is a funk music classic. If you've never heard of it, it's a song called Sissy Strut. If I say the name Sissy Strut and I say the name The Meters, you may not be familiar with that group. But I guarantee that you've heard this song. I'm not going to play the song, but I am going to show you the bass line. The bass line incorporates a lot of space, and it also incorporates the minor pentatonic shape, which is foundational in funk music. I'm from New Orleans. I like to say, the minor pentatonic is just like that roux. When we make gumbo, you can't have gumbo without a roux. It's pretty doggone hard to have funk without the minor pentatonic scale. So let me show you Sissy Strut. Now, there are a couple of ways that you'll hear Sissy Strut played, and I'm going to show you the correct way. But before I do that, I want to let you in on a little secret, and I want to let bass players, advanced bass players and aficionados, played bass with Zigaboo for a long time, and even in that, nobody cared. Nobody cared. But this is how it really goes, all right? I'm going to show you 2 positions on the neck where you can play this. So the first thing we have is a C minor pentatonic. The outline of it there. Going down. So here's the whole pentatonic scale. But we're leaving out that note right there. And then we're going to do this. We're going to shift positions. I'm going to simplify it, give it to you like that. Now I'm going to show you a different way, a different place you can play that. You can play that up here higher on the neck. It's the same shape. All right, those are 2 different places on the neck where you can play that. And if you're familiar here, get familiar here. It's the same shape. The cool thing about that minor pentatonic shape, like so many other shapes on the bass, you can move that anywhere you want on the bass. Obviously, that song that I'm showing you is in the key of C. But you can refer to that shape on a lot of different other things. So that's the minor pentatonic shape. That is Sissy Strut. Now, you'll also hear this played like this. Or something like that. Sometimes people play it like that. I have always played it closer. I've always played it closer to what George Porter did originally. The next groove that I'm going to show you is, I'm going to call it the low rider groove. I'm not going to, there's variation on the bass line, but it is going to be similar in shape and sound as Sissy Strut, because we're going to still use space. We're going to use that minor pentatonic shape, and I'm going to show you how kind of add some variation to it, okay? Even if you're not ready for variation, I want you to get this map under your fingers and not be afraid of it, because especially if you want to play funk music, it's going to be like something that you're going to come across a lot. Now for this, we're in the key of G, and remember our shape on Sissy Strut? Remember that? We were going down, now we're going up, but we're going to start on the flat 7. You see that? Easy, an easy groove. Now I'm going to add to that All I did was I went up that scale shape that we already know, and I'm going to add to the groove, okay? I'm going to improvise a little bit. You see what I'm saying? So I just took the ingredients and added a little bit, stirred that pot a little bit. Again, if you want to get more detail into like mindset, how is he coming up with the extra little flavor packets and whatnot, meet me over at grooveschool.co, grooveschool.co, link below. That rhymed. Now the next bass line that we're going to tackle today is going to be another one of these tunes that if you start playing it, everybody's going to know it. And this is another one. I challenge you. Play this song. Get somebody to sing it. I'll play it with you. Post it on your socials. Tag me at Son of a Bass or TED Talks Bass and let me see what you got. It's called Brick House. I think you might know it. Instead of thumping it, we're going to play it finger style to keep it really accessible and easy for the folks who are just starting out. We are still in our minor pentatonic box. You see already how much material comes out of knowing this one shape, right? So for Sissy Strut, we went or. Remember I said that shape was movable? Now we're going to use that same shape, but we're going to go. So we're going to go A, C, D, G, G sharp, A. Okay, that's the first part. Let me play that first part. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, just the first part. One more time. Now, let's add the second part of that. And I'm going to play an octave. Let me show you that. Don't overthink that slide. If you're a brand new beginner, especially, don't overthink that slide. So that's C, D, E, C, octave. Back to the same thing. Now, to round it out, we're going to go. If you're brand new, this may take some time, but you can get it. Take it, dissect it. And when I say dissect it, I mean break it up into small little chunks, okay? Okay, let me play the whole groove for you. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, so those are 5 easy grooves for beginners. You can get started. That bass that you got for Christmas or that bass that you've been having sitting over in the corner. If you got that bass, I'm having fun. It's a new year, a new shot to get this thing together, to play bass. If you're new here, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. I'm happy to have you here. And I'll see you in the next video. Peace. 2 fingers.